A very good morning to everyone present. Thank you for coming onto this video. So those who have come for the first time, let me give you a short brief about these video lectures. So as you can see, these lectures will be based on research methodology. This course is divided into 5 units. So the first unit was completed by us, and today we will have a doubt class. The doubts are given in the comment sections by the students. So if you want to download the PDF of this lecture, you can go to the Telegram channel Impactica Klasse. After the class, I will upload the PDF and you can download it from there. If you want to see the list of the previous videos, you can see it from the playlist. The link for the playlist will be given in the description. So let's start the video for today. So we will study about the types of sampling. So before we study about the types of sampling, let's understand what is a sample. Suppose you have a research project or a research topic which is based upon the tigers population. The tigers population in India is decreasing, so you want to conduct a research on that. So for that, if you want to have an data, you can take the whole of India as your population. So any jungle in India will be your population. And to make your research easy, you will take a sample. You will select a particular place. For sample, you take Madhya Pradesh. So that will be your sample. So population is what? All the data points which you can collect is your population. And the data point which we have used for your study is your sample. And how you have collected this sample is known as sampling technique. So what are the sampling techniques? So sampling techniques can be divided into two parts. One is probability sampling and the other one is non-probability. If we talk about probability sampling in simple terms, it means random samples. So randomly if we pick out our sample, it will be known as probability sampling. So first type of probability sampling is simple random. Suppose there is a group of 12 members. There is a group of 12 members and you are told to collect a sample of 6 members. You are told to collect a sample of 6 members. So first, in random sampling, what you can do? When you are doing a random sampling, you will randomly select a group of 6 members. From this population of 12 members, you will randomly select a group of 6 members. So that is simple random sampling. Now in systematic sampling, what you can do? Out of the 12 members, maybe you will select every member who is an even number. So you will not select the first member, you will select second member. You will not select the third member, you will select the fourth member. Like this, you can also select members who are in multiples of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12, you will select like this, or multiples of 4. I hope you have understood that systematic random sampling or systematic sampling. In third, we go on to stratified sampling. In stratified sampling, what you do? You divide this group into two stratas. Suppose there are 12 members. Among these 12 members, 6 members are boys and 6 members are girls. So you have divided into two groups, group of girls and group of boys. Among these 6 boys, you will take 3 boys. And among these 6 girls, you will take 3 girls. So you will have your eventual group of 6 members, which you have wanted. So this is known as stratified sampling. There are 12 members. There is a population of 12 members. Now you have divided into two stratas or two groups of girls and boys. Now these girls and boys are added together and made your sample. This is known as stratified sampling. Then we come to cluster sampling. In cluster sampling also, there are 12 members. Now, each member you have divided into, suppose, 3 members, a group of 3 members. Now, these 3 members also have boys and girls. So, boys and girls are selected randomly. So, you will have 4 groups like this: 3 member, 3 member. Let them be 4 members. It will be easier for us to understand. So each group is 4 members. Now girls or boys are mixed in each of these groups. So this group can have 3 girls or 1 boy. This group will have 1 boy or 3 girls. Anything can be done. So these are not homogeneous group. These are heterogeneous group. And from each of the groups, you take 2 members. So 2 members from this, 2 members from this, and 2 members from this. So eventually you will have what? 6 members, which will become your sample. So understand something very carefully. In this is what? It is a homogeneous group. Homogeneous group. All the members of this group are same. Like all the members are boys, all the members are girls. But in this, we are taking heterogeneous groups, because in this some are girls, some are boys. In this also some are girls, some are boys. And in the third group also some are girls and some of them are boys. So this is, first one is simple random sampling, second systematic, stratified, and then we go on to the cluster sampling. Now we will study about non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling is what? So non-random type of sampling is known as non-probability sampling. Now again, there are 12 members. There are 12 members in your population and you have to select 6 members. So in first is convenience sampling. The convenience sampling, as the name suggests, that you will select the members based on your convenience. Suppose out of these 12 members, 6 of the members are the ones who remain close to your house. So you will select these 6 members based that these 6 members are close to your house and it will be easier for you to collect sample. So that will be your convenience sampling. Second, we move on to quota sampling. Quota sampling. So quota sampling is something in which you assign some qualities in the particular members. Suppose out of the 12 members, you will only select the members which are girls or who are good communicators, good in communication. So what is this? This is quota sampling. We are selecting the 6 members who are good in their communication skills. So this is known as quota sampling. The third one is purposive sampling. Purposive. So you have a particular purpose or you want to prove a particular point in your research. Suppose out of the 12 members you have a research topic in which you are told to talk about a particular political party, whether the people are happy about a particular political party in a country or not. So for that, what you will do, You out of the 12 members, you will select only those 6 members who support this political party, so that you can have a positive image of this political party. So that is known as purposive sampling or judgmental sampling. Then at last we come on to the snowball sampling. In snowball sampling, what happens? One person or one sample suggests you the name of the other sample. For example, you are doing a research on drug abuse. So one of the drug addicts will give you the number of another drug addict. The other drug addict can give you the sample of another drug addict. So this is known as snowball sampling. When one sample leads you to the way of another sample. So I hope this is understood by all of you. Types of sampling. There are two types. One is random sampling and another one is non-random sampling. Random sampling is known as probability and non-random sampling is known as non-probability sampling. So we move on to the next topic, which is deductive research design. So if we talk about research design, there are mainly of two types. The first type is deductive and second type is inductive. Deductive research design. In deductive research design, you have a theory. You have a theory. From this theory, you go on to the hypothesis. You form a hypothesis. Third, you make an observation about the hypothesis, that whether the hypothesis is true or not, then you confirm it or reject it. We will understand this by an example. Suppose there is the theory in deductive research design that all the birds have feathers. So this is a theory that you are doing a research on, that all the birds have feathers. Now when you are when you are giving the hypothesis, you will have two hypotheses. One is null hypothesis and one is alternative hypothesis. So one is opposite of another. In alternative hypothesis, we will do null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis in details in our chapter of Unit 2. For this, you just have to understand that hypotheses are of two types. One says there is change and another says there is no change. So in alternative hypothesis, you will say birds have feathers, and in null hypothesis, we'll say the opposite, birds have no feathers. So this will be your hypothesis. Now you will make the observation. In observation, what you will see? That most of the birds have feathers. So what you will do? You can confirm this thing, that birds have feathers. So this is deductive research design. In deductive research design, what we have done, we have went from a general statement to specific. What is the general statement? The general statement is all birds have feathers, and in specific we have observed one of the birds and each of the birds, that whether they have feathers or not. So this is known as deductive research design. Next, we will go on to inductive research design. Inductive research design. Inductive research design is just opposite of deductive. In this, first we make the observation. Second, we notice the pattern. Then we form the hypothesis. and then we form the theory. So let us also understand this with an example. Suppose you have a cat in your home and the cat's name is Tom. So you have made an observation that Tom likes milk. So this is the observation that you have made, that the Tom, which is a cat in your house, he likes milk. So now you will see a pattern, that you will see whether other cats like milk or not. So you see a pattern that most of the cats like milk. So from this you can develop an hypothesis that cats like milk, and at the same time a null hypothesis will be developed that cats don't like milk. So after the hypothesis is developed and you have collected all the data, you will make the theory that cats like milk. So in this inductive research design, observe one thing very carefully, that we went from specific to general. What is the specific? We were first talking about only a one cat. We were talking only about one cat, that is Tom. And then we went on to general, that all cats. And we built a theory that all cats like milk. So this is called inductive research design. So some of the differences are highlighted over here. You can note down or take a screenshot. I will also provide the PDF for it. So first is direction of reasoning. Basis of reasoning. If we see on the basis of reasoning in deductive, we go from general to specific. What was the general statement? That all birds have feathers and we have observed each bird. And opposite to that is in inductive. Inductive, what we have done, we went from specific cat, that is Tom, to all the cats, specific to general. Second one is the purpose. Purpose means, what is the meaning of purpose? The reason for which the work is done is known as purpose. So the purpose for which we do deductive type of research. Purpose for doing deductive type of research. Then what is the purpose? To test theory. We had to test the theory whether it is true or not that all birds have feathers. And when we talk about inductive, we make theories. Like we have developed the theory that all cats like milk. We have developed the theory that all cats like milk. What is the third one? Third one is data focus. How we collect the data. So when we are talking about deductive, when we are doing a deductive research or deductive research design, we emphasize on the quantitative data. So what is quantitative data? So quantitative data. So what is quantitative data? When we talk about numbers, whatever we can count, it is known as quantitative data. And inductive, if we talk about, in case of inductive, we see on to qualitative data. What is qualitative data? Then, apart from numbers, all the types of data are known as qualitative data. Like a comment or a review that can't be based on the numbers. So that is known as qualitative data. So we will see more about this quantitative and qualitative data. So if we talk about qualitative data, let me take a new page. First, we will talk about quantitative research design. So quantitative data or quantitative research design can be mainly of four types. First is experimental design. First one is our experimental design. The experimental design, as the name suggests, that the experiments are done. So in the experimental design, we can see that, let's suppose say 1 kg of sugar, 1 kg of sugar is dissolved with how much liter of. For this we can do the experiment, so the amount or the liter of water will be increased in this case. Suppose first 1 liter is used, then 2 liter, then 3 liter will be used. So this is known as experimental design. Second, we come on to correlation. Correlation, what is done? Correlation, the changes are observed, but nothing is done from our side. Suppose we see that 1 kg of sugar, 1 kg of sugar is dissolved in 2.5 kg, 2.5 liters of water. So in correlation, we will not make any changes. We will only report what is there present over the relation between sugar and water. What is correlation? It is the relation between two variables. One variable is sugar, other variable is water. So we'll only report the changes. In experimental design, we will make change. We will use 1 liter of water, then we will use 2 liter, 3 liter of waters to see 1 kg of sugar dissolves in how much quantity of water. But in this case, in correlation, will not make any change. Third one is descriptive design. Descriptive design, as the name suggests, we will describe the phenomenon. Will describe the particular phenomenon based on the numbers or what can be counted. So that is known as descriptive design. Then survey design, as you all know, survey design like the one which is done to calculate the population. That is known as survey design. That how many people are living over here, how many of them are male, how many of them are female, how many are children, how many are educated or non-educated. All this falls under the survey design. Now we will see some of the qualitative research design. In qualitative research design, the first one is the case study. In case study, what is done? A particular phenomenon is studied, like the rise of Jio in the Indian market. So in the Indian telecom market, there were many companies, but Jio came and Jio had a great rise. Most of us now use Jio SIM. What was the reason for that? How was it done? That is known as case study. Second, we know come to ethnographic. Ethnographic is when a person remains in this culture and studies about that particular people. If we stay with tribal people and study about them, it is known as ethnographic design. Third, we go on to the grounded theory. So, on that particular place, what happened, that is known as grounded theory. You will see in Netflix documentaries are made. Documentaries are made mainly based on grounded theory design. That on that particular event, what happened? Like on the event of IPL final, the ones who were present in IPL final, they will describe their experience. That is known as grounded theory design. Fourth one is phenomenological. In this, a particular phenomenon is required. Like you can see, the name suggests a particular phenomenon is required, like some tragedy or a particular event in that the people's experiences are recorded. So this is qualitative research design. Last, we move on to the mixed method research design. As the name suggests, in this both the qualitative and the quantitative designs are taken. If you see the review page of one of the Amazon website, I have taken it over here. You can see the both the quantitative and qualitative data are used. Quantitative data, the number of stars is used. That will be quantitative data. The date is the quantitative data. The 50 count is given. Pack of 1. These are all quantitative data. The picture will belong to the qualitative data, and the review which is given, good quality and taste, that will be all qualitative data. So when quantitative and qualitative data both are used for explaining a particular research, it is known as mixed method research design. I hope all of your doubts are completed over here and you don't have any more doubts related to unit 1. If you have any more doubts, please let me know. And if you want to download the PDF, you can join the Telegram channel Impractica Klasse. For there, I will upload the PDF and you can download it from there. Thank you so much for watching this video and we will meet in the next video.